Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you love to watch more cheating stories. If you want to know how to get back your ex-girlfriend and boyfriend, click the link below.
Post to suspicions. TLDR, spouse's activities have actually gone from questionable to can't take it any longer, as well as I'm looking for recommendations on just how to move on. So I shared my story right here just over 200 days ago concerning some dubious behavior from my partner. I wished to post an update to obtain some additional ideas. Since my last message, I have actually been rather laying low as well as taking note of what's been going on around me. I've unfortunately needed to turn to place tracking and also social networks tracking. Over the last 6 months, I have actually seen a solid pattern of comparable social networks presence in between my wife as well as the other individual. They would typically visit within minutes of each other as well as also turn off within minutes of each other, if not at the same time. Sometimes this coincided with their time at the office or when I had to go out in the evening to drop off or get my kid. It got to the point that I basically count on it happening when I left the house. This was Instagram, which is the app's platform of choice. I said nothing, simply watched. During this time around, I have actually seen that he has started to DM her on Instagram. What I have actually seen is mundane, everyday small talk. These are DMs, not message or tail remarks. Then I notice that she has actually started to delete them. 3 times this occurred. Ultimately, I say something as this goes directly against the transparency I asked her for previously. She claimed she did this since she was afraid if I saw them I would certainly be upset. I located it intriguing that she didn't erase these immediately. Some stayed for a couple of days and after that were removed. I would certainly think if the reason she provided me for deleting them stood, she would certainly have deleted them instantly. I advised her that we talked about this formerly, and because we are 2 consenting adults that have actually been together for 26 years, which she firmly insisted nothing was taking place, that I would trust her, however she required to be open and also clear. This conversation happened months earlier after the first Instagram message I saw. Then I truly had no factor to think anything else. I needed to offer this lady the advantage of the doubt that features being together as long. This is now gone. Individuals don't erase messages if they have absolutely nothing to hide. She has messages from other people that have actually been there for months and months. I've currently asked her to remove him from her social media. She stated she would rather shut everything down. I informed her that's not what I desire. I desire him eliminated as well as she can maintain her social media. A point requires to be made. She stated she does not wish to have to respond to concerns at the office regarding why she eliminated him. This is a head scratcher for me and tells me in no uncertain terms she has actually picked him over me. So a few weeks later, the pattern of browsing through and also off with each other has actually raised. It's actually unassailable now. Still no evidence, since for the life of me I cannot show up any type of messages. I make a decision to confront her regarding this after a specifically noticeable instance where it was plainly a back and forth while I was out running my child around. I just got mad. I figured it was time to push a little tougher anyway. I informed her what I've been discovering and also she of course obtains upset. Says it has to be coincidental. I tell her that it happens sufficient that it is a pattern and also not a coincidence. She has no response to that than to say nothing is going on. She says again she wishes to close down her social media. I once more say that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking to eliminate him. I truly intend to see exactly how far she'll go to stay clear of erasing him. She decides to erase her Instagram. She just removes it from her phone and does not shut it down. Now she is on F-flat a fair bit. Utilizes Carrier somewhat as well. This is honestly not unusual. She has always been F-flat largely. I get on Carrier regularly because of a long period of time thread I have running. It is constant each day. Therefore I can tell he is seldom on FB. I wager you cannot guess what occurs next? He begins appearing on F-flat a whole lot more frequently. I'm minority days promptly after I confronted her about the synchronized social networks usage. She has switched off her energetic standing. Not just has she turned it off, yet she is managing it. It goes off while she goes to job and also returns on when she leaves. She will occasionally turn it back on during the day. I make certain they see me since I'm on all day as well as constantly have been. What is truly irritating is that he has actually additionally shut off his energetic standing, likewise managing it. He does not leave it off, it reoccurs. During our last discussion about this concern, she stated to me that she has been preventing him at the workplace. Never speak with him. The truth that he just occurred to begin altering his active standing at the same time as her and coming simply a few days after I brought it as much as her is beyond telling. She plainly is going over as well as working with. So throughout all of this she has been really loving to me. Telling me she loves me as well as I'm the just one for her. We've continued to have sex, which is an adjustment from my last post. She gets distressed when I bring any of this up. She asks me what she can do to make it much better and I tell her and she doesn't do it. Still making plans for vacations, and so on. Every little thing you would normally do. I think at the bare minimum there is a psychological affair, however most likely it has transformed physical. She gaslights me so hard that I truthfully believe I'm freaking out sometimes. She is so caring as well as we head out and have a fun time with each other. Like I'm making all of this up in my head or I'm misreading the circumstance. I don't understand how to progress at this moment. I don't understand if I ought to make a final word. Continue to gather information till I get something unassailable. Today this is a great deal of circumstantial evidence. I have actually taken into consideration connecting to his partner and also seeing if she's detected anything on her end. I can't continue to live similar to this, but I despise to assume my life as I've familiarized it and also love it has actually concerned an end. I do not intend to lose my youngsters. Seeking thoughts or advice. Here are the best comments, advices that I collected for this fantastic tale. At this point you need to show her effects. I agree with an earlier poster. Him or you. If she waffles, load a bag as well as leave for couple of days. Ensure that you record via email or text the reasons to ensure that she cannot accuse you of abandonment eventually. Likewise, if the affair is with a colleague, one condition might be obtain an additional job. Good luck. Unfortunately, sometimes to conserve a marriage you have to be prepared to destroy it. Simply leave, dude. She knows what she's going and she exists to herself to warrant it. She will certainly not drop all her crap and give you what you are worthy of. She wants much more. Allow her go. It draws, however, you've already shed the lady you fell for. You'll remain in a whole lot less discomfort when you don't obtain to torment yourself with her lies. It will take a while to heal, yet man, if you stay things are going to get worse as well as hurt you much more. This appears crazy. Either she is cheating, when she ought to be benefiting the CIA, or you are driving on your own nuts with conspiracy theories. Tell her this whole thing is driving you crazy and killing your connection. Inform her you understand you are being illogical, however something has to be done to produce the fire in your mind that is injuring your partnership. Tell her you desire her to take a polygraph test so she can put your mind secure once and for all, as well as you can obtain your depend on back as well as head where it requires to be. After that this insaneness can be put to bed at last. Last chances are ineffective with all the various methods to connect today. If a person wants to cheat, they will certainly rip off unless you have 24 hours per day to follow her around as well as sit with her at the office. If she hasn't done anything, she will be pissed that you don't trust her, but she will certainly do it so she can push it in your face. If she hasn't been genuine after that, she will certainly most likely refuse and also claim your nuts. If that occurs, time to work with a pie. They are efficient what they do. A polygraph is cheaper, that's why I suggested it initially. A VAR is also an excellent idea, yet you require to get this closed quicker rather than later on. You can establish last offers as high as you desire, but each time when you asked her to remove him out of her life, she decided for him as well as versus you. A warning will only take care that she tries to hide her event better. The question should not be what you should do, however, rather when you approve that your better half made many decisions in the past as well as not one was for you. And also the better sex life probably only originates from her, since she either really feels guilty as a result of her affair or due to the fact that she desires you to stop asking inquiries. To be extremely sincere, you act like a youngster. You recognize something isn't appropriate and all you do is facing your other half, every time. And every time you shed your advantage, you expose you are vigilant, you reveal your resources as well as you shed the little insight you have. You need to have notified yourself better over the months. Do not challenge if you are not prepared, male. All you do is opening up on your own and also hang on what she informs you. As well as like you observed, she didn't provide you shit. Existed to you, dispersed, treated you dismissively, and also you were none the smarter but much more distressed. To sum it up, you in some way wish she throws herself to the ground and also confesses all to you, asks for mercy, divulges whatever to you, assures to you end up being a better spouse. Awaken guy. At all times you played yourself like a fool. I'm sorry, I do not wish to upset you. However, you didn't use your time intelligently, you wasted it and also got even more aggravated. You can blame only on your own for that. You really did not understand what you want and you were not prepared at all. All you have is that your spouse communicates with a man, that's all you got. You sabotaged on your own. As opposed to playing it clever, you damaged your benefit. Currently you intend to connect to OMW and inform her, I don't know anything, but what I know is that they are connecting. Everyone has boundaries in a relationship. We all understand what they are. My other half as well as my limits may be different from another person, however we both recognize what they are. I think disloyalty is not when your SA has S**x with someone else, however when a clear and recognized boundary is crossed. Having actually read this article as well as a few of the replies you have actually made, it's clear your spouse is crossing borders, hence she unfaithful. She is having an emotional event. She needs to be stunned right into recognition of what's taking place. Any type of count on that you could have had for her is gone. It seems like she does not also trust herself. You need to be firm and state her performed as inappropriate and will certainly no more be tolerated. I'm sorry to inform you this, however. You have actually informed her exactly how you really feel. She recognizes how much it bothers you. She does not care. Regardless of what may or might not be taking place in between them, he is more vital to her than your sensations. She should be offering to reduce him out of her life without you needing to consistently ask. She hasn't. She isn't. She won't. Please quit driving yourself into a craze as well as simply allow her go. Load her bags and also tell her you require her to leave for some time so you can get some rest without bothering with what she's doing. Inform her you can't live on the side of damage such as this, which it's time for her to quit riding the fence. They'll her she does not get to have cake and consume it too. Allow us ride, they'll obtain obsequious and also slip up to where you will not have to doubt it. I have a tendency to volunteer too much information concerning what I understand, believe I recognize, and also oversharing irrelevant information. It's all very suspicious, yet you don't recognize past any practical question. Not to suggest have a backup strategy for retribution, one more partnership, or to cultivate distrustful sensations. If the worst happens, have a plan for replying to all of it. IDK, I really hope the best. From what you stated, I would certainly be incredibly questionable also. Thanks for enjoying. Let me know what you believe. Don't neglect to subscribe and strike the notification bell. Keep tuned for